Hey Ben, what are you doing?
A.C.B.A.
What's up?
I make them girls
Alright, I know I'm a little late to the party, but still invited. I got these Tamashii Nations Effect Explosion. I'll show you guys the gray one. I also got the gold one, or the flame effect one as well. There are a total of 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Individually, I don't think they look really good as individual effects, but when combined, put together, I think they look really nice. And you can layer the smoke effects however you wish. The one in the middle has a little peg hole, and what's that for is if you have one of those Tamashii Nations stands or Figma stands, you can hold it up and pop it up this way. The one little drawback is that the insides are painted. They're not translucent, so making them light up is not the easiest thing. But you know what, I'm going to show you guys a couple of methods to get these guys lit up and presented a little bit nicer. One method is to use the finger lights. Got a red finger light here. Place it on the sides. 2. And the third one. So that's one method to get a nice little hint of red. There you go. That's one method. Second method would be like I use my my little light box here. Light on the bottom, and you can illuminate it from the bottom, so you get kind of a nice light effect from the bottom part of the effects, and you can mess around with the lighting, see what works. Another method is I have another lamp here, but I have red tissue paper covering it, and when the light's on, as you can see, it gets a redder hue. So this is with the light off, light on. So here, just a quick portrait shot. Not your normal portrait that I normally do. Everyone is basically in a, I wouldn't say an action pose, but far from a vanilla pose. And the same rules apply as I've stated plenty of times before. Symmetry, 4 figures, all have their cloaks, all have the same guns, 2 army vehicles in the back, which I'll show you guys. Actually, technically, I guess this would be an MSD as well, a multi-scale display, as I'll show you guys with the trucks. I just wanted to show you guys the lighting here. Here it's dark, but I've been messing around. As you guys know, I use cardboard paper for my backdrops with a lamp, just to give it that nice little glow hue. But lately I've been messing around with neon colored paper, and it just brightens it up and just gives it that nice, as you can see here, light to dark fade. And I really, so I guess 3 different light sources. And as I said, let me brighten this up here, using these little Jeeps I found at the diorama. As you can see, it comes close together. The scale is pretty off. He's kneeling down. So when you're working with, I guess, the depth of field, Boog on his last main course talked about layering your photos, and the same can be told for just doing the simple shots like this, where the first row I have my figures, a little bit further back is the second row where I have the prop. You see that little space, so it's not directly behind it. So that's how you can mess around with forced perspective point of view. That little bit of space. And then another gap for the actual cardboard slash backdrop construction paper. And when you mess around with the depth of field, you get a nice quality shot with the focus. Turn down my exposure. Here it is in reverse, the forced perspective. So now I have the vehicles in the front and the troopers in the back, and with how it's focused, you can't really tell if it's out of scale. They just look like they're far away from a distance. Yeah, and it's all about trying new things. I'm far from a professional, far from a photographer, but I just learned tips from the A.C.B.A community. Take what I like, use it. If I don't, then back to the drawing board. And it's all about messing around with your style, what suits you, what you like. What you may think is good to your naked eye may not be what somebody else likes, but what up, y'all? Just coming at you guys with another quick photo for the page. I was actually just cleaning up some of my cabinets and had these guys out and wanted to do a quick little scene. As soon as I saw this fire cutout, I actually came in with my A.C.B.A cutout pack. Shout out to Ty Star, shout out to Bug. Anyways, yeah, as soon as I got that, this was the first, I don't know why, this was the first scene that I could think of using. Darth Vader in the middle, left hand up, summoning his guys to fire. And I know, as you see these little blast effects, I know it's a little inaccurate. I know it's usually the lasers that come out of the guns or the pistols in the Star Wars universe, but I mean, this is what I had, use what I had, it is what it is. I mean, it's doing what I intend on doing, which is showing the blast. Alright, just pulled the camera back a bit just to give you guys a little seaside, little BTS, what I got going here. I actually got a total of 4 light sources being used. All three, 1, 2, these 3 are all filtered. This one in the back is not filtered, which is how I'm getting that bright white light. And this is on the bottom just to give a nice little effect on the bottom. And each individual trooper cut out with wax, cut out with wax, cut out with wax, cut out with wax. And the fire sign is actually on the head of the trooper. And I don't think it really you lose anything with the shot by me doing that, just because if it was just 2 of them like this, yeah, that might look a little weird, but because I have a total of 4, you can already see that it's simulating, you know, an army build. I mean, they're all one and the same, and it's a nice little effect, especially if you play with some of the perspectives here. It looks like it's kind of just floating in the air. So I thought that was a nice little trick there. Just a little something new to show you guys. But yeah, again, another wrap. By the way, I'm really liking this makeshift life box. As you can see, got all my figures on the ground. I'm really liking this light box. I really like the way it illuminates the light in the bottom. Just gives it a nice little effect and touch. But yeah, guys, on to the next one. Alright, y'all, just coming at you guys with another quick little setup here. Got a Thanos slash Guardians of the Galaxy. I got the whole team, and initially I had, I guess in my display, just Thanos looking down on Peter Quill here, Star-Lord, man. Just kind of looking down. I like doing that with the bigger figures, just kind of looking down, intimidated, and just kind of going through my cutouts, and I saw this one here. It's Silver Sun. It's something I would have presumed Thanos would say. So initially it was just a solo shot, just these two, I guess, face off, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to kind of do a video on it. Obviously Thanos is a powerful force, and Quill would be no match for him one-on-one, so kind of I guess the idea was to have them solo and then kind of pan out, be like, hey, I got my friends with me. And again, just like I've mentioned in plenty of my other videos, the trick to doing these kind of shots is symmetry. What looks good, what's clear and concise to the naked eye. Thanos, he's the main center point of the piece. Then it kind of moves down and branches out. So it's even, symmetrical. That's how I always like to do my displays. That's how I always will do my displays. I guess the 3 C's: clean, cropped, and contained. Not really much in terms of a dio. It's just pink cardboard paper. Turn this off so you guys can see. And the light here is just to kind of, you know, I give it that little accent with the light. In fact, like I always do, show you guys my seaside BTS behind the scenes. And I got 3 light sources directly on my figures. The bottom, as I said before, still loving the use of this light box. One on the side, and a lamp here. Again, everything tangible. You can see the cutout being held with a ball of wax. And even though Thanos is a bigger figure, in order to make him more intimidating, prop them up. As you can see, you got a finger light here, shining a little bit of more light on his face. It's not much, but it'll do. Just a quick setup. Everybody's posed, as Boog would say. Everybody's feet are planted. I mean, just because I'm taking this shot doesn't mean that I'm not going to pose my figures and the waist down. So yeah, that's a wrap. Let's go on to the next one. Alright y'all, messing around with another display. I got Spider-Man 2099 versus Superior Spider-Man 2009, giving him a crack to the face. That's what I'm trying to do. I've been trying to got him in a couple different poses. Got him in a couple different poses, and I'm trying to figure out ways to hide the stand, but I'm not getting any good angles. Because if I were to cut it off here, like where his head is, obviously you see that little stuff on the bottom. And what I use here is some tiki-tack to help disperse the weight. Just some homemade flight stands that I'm using. I also ordered the ones on the A.C.B.A fan book page. I can't wait to get those, but ordering those kind of just got me, you know, a little motivated to try to do some action poses, and I'm trying to do something to invade this kick. So coming down, crack, right in the jaw, and just stop it there. I don't know. I might have to find another way, or maybe scrap this all together. I don't know. We'll see. By the way, I tried using a little technique here. Again, I got my 1, 2, 3 light sources. Turn this off. And I tried using blue glow stick, something I got from the diorama, to try and enhance the photo, but it's pretty weak, and as you can see, I'm not really getting much out of here. It's supposed to be colored blue. So I also tried blue tissue paper, for example. So So that's with the light on, with the filter. And here's the some blue tissue paper. And I do like the look of it. Look really nice. But I don't know. Maybe better with a black backdrop. I don't know. You know, that's what I'm here. I'm in the lab, chilling, trying to figure it out. Alright, y'all. I'm back. Alright, y'all. I think I finally have the shot that I'm satisfied with, that I'm gonna post on the Facebook page. I felt like I needed to do something a little bit more, I wouldn't say complicated, but I guess more of an action scene. A lot of the stuff I've been doing lately has been vanilla with a cutout, and I was getting comfortable doing those types of shots, and I wanted to get out of that comfort and do some action shots, action poses, which I think is probably the weakest part of some of my photography. Not that I can't get them in decent action shots, it's just, it's a little bit, I think more prep time, a little bit harder to do. And it's, I mean, you've seen an action comic book fight, you've seen them all, so kind of hard sometimes to think out the box. But now that I have these A.C.B.A cutouts, Kersmack, I can finally get some decent shots using the cutouts. And I mean, really simple. Same rules apply as always. It's I think the shot's clean. There's not too much clutter around it of unnecessary props. I don't have a bunch of garbage cans and fire. I mean, that don't really need it for that scene. Really simple, 2 figures, 2 cutouts, a backdrop, and a couple of props just to enhance it. I think that in terms of line of sight, Spidey 2099 is looking at superior Spider-Man. Got the smack cutout, effect cutout. One of my pet peeves of seeing some shots on the Facebook pages when people don't take the time to hide the stand. As you saw earlier, I was using flight stands and I couldn't really get a good angle without visibly showing my stands. This time I used one of those, actually a stand from one of my Avengers Figma figures, plugged it in the back hole of Spidey 2099, and all you gotta do is play with perspective and the point of view. If I move it, bring camera angle out a little bit, there's a stand. No magic, no effects, no tricks. You just gotta mess with the line of sight. So Spidey 2099, or excuse me, Superior Spider-Man's arm is posed down for a reason. So like that, I can hide the stand. And then what you want to try to do is kind of zoom everything in. So at this angle, it looks like Spidey's floating in air. And if I were to take this type of shot, probably move everything here, keep everything composed. And that's a shot right there. Zoom it in a little bit. Bring it down just a tad. There you go. So you guys can see a little BTS light box again. Don't think I'm going to be getting rid of this anytime soon. 1, 2, have my 3rd light source on the floor, which just fell, and a 4th light source for the paper. Again, as I was saying, doing everything in layers. Up front, got the action scene, a little space, got that little bridge dio from Marvel Select Chitari figure, another dio piece that I made. That's the 2nd layer. 3rd layer, as you can see, the space, and I got that blue piece of cardboard paper. That's about it. That's about it. Alright, y'all. Let's get out of here. Peace.